Thank you. Senator Moreno.
Thank you, Chairman Massad, and thank you for doing this hearing. You know, it's something Mr. Massad said, which I thought was fascinating, was that we've had times that we could have passed market structure regulation and Congress hasn't done it. There hasn't ever been a market structure regulation bill marked up by the Banking Committee. So I'm just not sure where that came from. That there was this idea that market structure regulation had been attempted before. It's never been attempted. But Mr. Massad, just for your sake, I just want to clarify a couple things that you said to make sure you meant to say what you said. Did you call Bitcoin a native token?
Yeah, it's often referred to as a native. In other words, Bitcoin and ETH are referred to as native tokens of their blockchain.
So you're saying Ether and Bitcoin are the same?
Well, I'm classifying both of them as what you call native tokens of the blockchain.
So you're saying that a native token is how you would describe Bitcoin. I just want to be clear with that.
It's a term that's used to describe when you have a blockchain and you have the token that allows you to use that blockchain, that's often called a native token, yes.
Got it. And therein lies exactly why we need to have this market structure regulation. Because the idea that we would turn over this industry to some bureaucrat working at some agency is insane. Because that would make it so that no American company would ever invest in a digital asset company in the United States of America when you had people who are just completely not lacking the fundamental technical base. This reminds me of the Facebook ad where the little old lady's sitting there taking pictures off a physical wall and the guy saying, yeah, none of this works this way. Bitcoin is a commodity. Now, so there was a lot of talk about meme coins and NFTs. So let me ask you this follow-up question.
Chairman, Senator, if I may just say,
I get to ask the question.
I was the guy who declared Bitcoin a commodity.
This is the great part about being a senator. I get to ask you the questions.
Okay.
So were you prohibited by law to cooperating with the SEC?
No.
Why didn't you?
I did.
So no, but you just said that what we should do is have the CFTC and the SEC work together.
Yes.
Why didn't you do that?
Well, when I was there, I did that, sir.
So
what I'm saying is
you're
Congress,
saying that you
Congress
solved
shouldn't try to be the regulator.
No, hold on a
sir.
second. You're saying you solved all these problems when you were at the CFTC with the SEC.
No,
so
but
then
we
why do we
solved
need
the
any-
swap problems.
Okay, so you didn't solve all the problems. So you want us to have the SEC and the CFTC work together. But what you really want is you want Congress to abdicate its responsibilities to unelected
not at all.
bureaucrats
Not
such
at all.
as yourself.
As with Jay Clayton, a Republican appointee, he agrees with me on this.
Are you a baseball fan? I assume you're a Red Sox fan up there at Harvard?
No,
Right?
I live in Washington, sir.
Oh, geez, so Pete. All right, so is a baseball card a security?
No.
What's the difference between a baseball card and a meme coin?
Sir,
No, just what's the difference? How would you explain it to me technically?
they're both, you could classify them both as collectibles.
Is it the government's role to prevent me from paying $5 million for a 1952 Mickey Mantle?
I think people should be allowed to invest in whatever they want to invest in, sir.
So then, does that mean meme coins as well?
If they want to buy and sell meme coins, that's fine. But
So
we
you don't
should
think
have
that
a
should-
regulatory framework for certain financial instruments. We've
I'm
learned
talking
over
about-
the
I'm talking
years
about
that
meme
that's
coins.
useful.
I'm talking about meme coins. Do you think that the government, the SEC or the CFTC should regulate meme coins?
I think we should have an investor protection framework over this, over financial instruments.
I'm gonna
If
take
we
that as
want to
so
decide
you're
that
saying
they're
yes?
not financial instruments,
Are you saying yes? It's just simple because we only have 5. The chairman's very strict. Only lets us have 5 minutes.
I understand that, Senator.
So
but
you're
I
saying
think
yes
you'd-
or no?
I
It's
think you
simple.
might appreciate that it's a more complicated issue than that. At least I would hope you
should
do.
It's not complicated. Should the SEC or the CFTC regulate meme coins? It's
The
a
SEC
yes
has
or no.
already said it won't, and that's fine with me.
Okay.
But I'm happy to create a category that's neither a security or a commodity.
Should we include baseball cards in that as well?
No, I don't think we're
Why not?
talking about baseball cards here, sir.
What's the difference?
Because we're talking about a particular technology of tokenization and
because
blockchains. That's the focus of this
here's what I
matter.
want
We're
my
not
co-
talking
here-
about anything that people
Here's what I want my colleagues to understand. How many business people work at the SEC and the CFTC? How many entrepreneurs? How many people who started companies work there?
I don't have that information, sir.
Let's say none. And then let me just finish this, Mr. Painter, with just something that you said, which was also equally staggeringly insane. You said that Congress should not own crypto, correct?
So members of Congress should not be investing in the crypto industry.
So you said that you shouldn't own crypto. should own crypto.
You know,
That's not
it is
complicated.
very clear if you have your own meme coin. I don't know, Senator, whether you have your own meme coin.
Time out.
It said-
you shouldn't own crypto.
I said you shouldn't be investing in the crypto industry if you have your own crypto trading platform.
So I shouldn't own baseball cards either. Because Congress regulates Congress regulates professional baseball.
No, I said-
am I allowed to have money in a bank account?
You should be allowed to do what executive branch officials to do, and it would be a criminal offense for an executive branch official under laws passed by this Congress to regulate the crypto industry while holding an interest in a crypto firm. That is just a law, and Congress passed that law and imposed it on everyone else
Moreno,
except for members
you
of
want
Congress.
to finish your thought on this?
Yeah, my point is, for some reason, I don't understand why, maybe it's just a generational problem. It seems like the crypto industry, that people of a certain generation are just afraid of it. And that fear and lack of knowledge and having the humility to know that you just don't know the technological issues here has made this industry just reticent on understanding that there's a whole new world. And by the way, the 1946 securities laws should not be dictating what we're doing today. And I hope that my colleagues understand it. This is a generational issue. It's not a Democrat versus Republican issue. And if you took the time to just understand the technology, I think it would be easier for us to move forward.